You think you can't be manipulated. That's exactly what makes you the easiest target. Trick number 1, gaslighting. They didn't manipulate you. They made you question if it even happened. Gaslighting is not about anger. It's quieter than that. It's the slow, surgical rewriting of someone's reality until they doubt their own memory, their own sanity. The manipulator never admits. They deflect, they reframe, they make you feel crazy for noticing. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You imagined it. Over time, the victim stops trusting themselves, and that's exactly the point. Once you control someone's perception of reality, you control everything. Trick number 2, love bombing. They gave you everything at once. That was never love. It was leverage. It feels like a fairy tale at first. Constant attention, endless compliments, overwhelming affection. But love bombing isn't love. It's a calculated strategy. The manipulator floods you with warmth. Faster, harder, more intense than any normal relationship. Why? To create dependency. To make you addicted to their approval before you even know who they are. Then, once you're hooked, the warmth disappears, and you'll do anything to get it back. The bomb always detonates. The only question is, will you be standing too close? Trick number 3, intermittent reinforcement. The reward came just often enough to keep you completely trapped. This is the same mechanism behind gambling addiction. Not consistent reward, not consistent punishment, random reward, and that randomness is the trap. When someone treats you well sometimes and cruelly others, your brain becomes obsessed with predicting the next reward. It's not love you're chasing, it's a slot machine. The highs get higher, the lows get lower, and you keep pulling the lever. Breaking free isn't just a decision. It's reprogramming a brain that has learned to need the chaos. Trick number 4, triangulation. They introduced a third person. Suddenly you were competing for them. Triangulation is the deliberate use of a third party to create jealousy, insecurity, and competition. The manipulator mentions an ex, casually, too casually, a colleague who understands them better, a friend who never complains. Suddenly you're not in a relationship, you're in a competition you didn't sign up for. Your focus shifts, you become anxious, you try harder, you shrink yourself to win. That's exactly what they wanted. A rival, real or imagined, keeps you off balance forever. You cannot win a game where the rules change every time you start to win. Trick number 5, silent treatment. They said nothing. That silence was louder than anything they could have screamed. The silent treatment is not a break from conflict. It is the weapon. By withdrawing completely, no response, no acknowledgement, no presence, the manipulator forces the other person to fill the void. And what fills a void? Anxiety, self-blame, desperate attempts to repair something that was deliberately broken. You start apologizing for things you didn't do. You rewind every moment trying to find your crime. Meanwhile, they feel powerful. Because silence, wielded with intent, is total control. The cruelest thing a person can say is absolutely nothing. Trick number 6, future faking. They promised you a future they were never going to build. Future faking is the art of offering tomorrow to justify tolerating today. We'll move in together soon. Things will be different next year. I'll change, I promise. These promises are not lies in the traditional sense. They're bait, designed to keep you invested in a return that will never come. Every time you reach the deadline, the target moves, and you stay, because you've already invested so much. This is the sunk cost trap. The more you've given, the harder it is to accept you were chasing a mirage. The future they painted for you was never a plan. It was a leash. Trick number 7. Isolation. First, they became your world. Then they made sure you had no other world left. Isolation is the final and most complete form of psychological control. It doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual, almost invisible. Your friends become a problem. Your family doesn't understand you the way they do. Your independence is reframed as disloyalty. Slowly, the circle shrinks, until the only voice in your world is theirs. And when someone controls your entire social reality, they control your sense of what's normal, what's possible, who you are. The most dangerous prison has no bars, just a door you forgot you could open.